Hey guys, Remis here. So I made 5 predictions on Friday about 5 soccer games. Let's see how accurate those predictions were. The first game was Juventus versus Lazio. I had predicted an easy win from Juventus. Well, turns out I was completely wrong. Lazio was able to beat Juventus 2-1 with 2 goals from the best scorer in the Serie A, Immobile. This is the same result as the game that happened in August during the Super Cup. So the Lazio is definitely the team that Juventus is not able to beat. So I really thought that Atletico Madrid was about to beat Barcelona after 7 years of either loss or draw. Turns out they were pretty close, except there was like 10 more minutes in the game that basically threw me off. Atletico Madrid got the early lead thanks to Sal and an amazing shot. So I'll post the link right here so you guys can watch this goal. The second half of the game, unfortunately, was all for Barcelona. So there was no chance for Atletico Madrid to keep their advantage. Suarez scored a goal 10 minutes before the end of the game. And unfortunately for Atletico Madrid, like Messi missed a free kick, or actually he hit a free kick directly to the goal right before the end of the game. So it could have been a win for Barcelona. Turns out to be a draw. I believe that this is a fair result. This is the surprise of the weekend for me. Like, I really thought, especially when Dortmund started to score their first goal via Aubameyang, that would be an easy win for Dortmund. Leipzig is a very resilient team. They were able to go back from 1-0 to 2-1. Now, right at the beginning of the second half, Leipzig got the penalty kick and one of the Dortmund players was sent off because of that foul. And I was like, okay, game's over. They're probably going to score that penalty kick and we're done. Well, they scored that penalty kick. So then they were up 3-1, playing 11 against 10. So nothing to expect anymore. Then later in the game, one of Leipzig players got 2 yellow cards in 2 minutes and was like sent off. So now it was 10 against 10. When I saw that Dortmund scored a second goal, so now it was like 2-3, I was like, okay, now we're back in business. Well, it turns out that Leipzig was able to keep that advantage and win the game. So Leipzig is a real deal. Like, they were able to beat Dortmund, that team was unbeaten since the beginning of the season. They are showing the rest of the Bundesliga that they're here for the win. This is probably the most boring game of the weekend. Like, Mourinho parked the bus and was just there. Like, it almost looked like he was just there to not lose. He didn't even try to win. Pretty annoying game, 0-0, no goal. So I was expecting the draw. Like, that's my one good result of the weekend. So I'm happy with that. That game itself, not really interesting. So let's move on. I was predicting some late drama. Well, turns out I was right, except that the result did not end up in a draw. My initial prediction that one of the team would lead until like the last 10 minutes and the other team will score a late goal and the game will end up in a draw. Well, I was right until minute number 90 when both teams were 2-2 at that time. Inter Milan got a like stupid penalty from AC Milan and they won the game in injury time. The late drama was there, except that one team was able to pull out the win. So overall, not a great weekend for my prediction. I hope I'll do better this week during the Champions League or next weekend. What do you guys thought? Like, did you think those games will end up that way? Like, some of them, I'm really surprised. Some of them, you know, it could have gone either way. Until then, see you next time.